So hello and welcome to James and Claire. Thank you so much for being here today to share your journey with Little People Big Love. You guys joined us in the first round and I'd love for you to share your story and perhaps your 3 biggest takeaways from the course.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for having us. Yeah, I'll let you start, honey.
So we have a 2.5-year-old son called Harvey, and we've also got a 4-month-old daughter called Ellie. So we decided to join initially because we knew that we were going to go through a big transition, bringing home our newborn from hospital, and Harvey being in the wonderful 2 years age that he is. So we just wanted to invest in our parenting skills really, and saw this as an opportunity for us to grow as parents and sort of learn a bit of insight as to what's happening with our toddler and to understand what he was going through, and guess how we could support him with those big feelings and emotions and tantrums that we were getting at home. Yeah.
So that's what you guys were experiencing at the time, and kind of the reason why you joined was those big
Yeah,
just helping us to understand them a bit better and manage them really, and and just I guess so we can learn a little bit more about that, so we can just have a better relationship with our kids really growing up.
And did Little People Big Love, did that give you what you were looking for in that area?
No, it did.
A really good eye-opener for us both. I think we sort of it was just really nice to actually take a step back from being parents and trying to actually look at everything through perhaps our toddler's eyes, and have a bit more appreciation for perhaps what he was going through. And then I think it's helped us as parents to just relax a little bit, to know that some of the that this is a normal process that he was going to go through, and all toddlers do it. So I think that's actually helped us a lot as well.
Yeah, just taking a breath and riding through whatever the storm is or anything like that, just helping him deal with it instead of, I guess, trying to distract him or from any any of the emotions and things like that, and just sort of riding the wave really, I guess, has been a big thing. Like whereas before we would have probably just tried to distract him or something like that, just to avoid any kind of problem or tantrum or something like that, or just a basic meltdown really.
And I think we've noticed too, it's been a really wonderful course to sort of promote how we can develop independence with Harvey as well. So little things about choices and how we can give him power or autonomy in a guided way, rather than him always trying to steer the ship. We've learnt that we can actually give him independence and still have a peaceful household.
And do you find, is it more cooperative between you and Harvey, do you find?
I think he's listening. For a 2.5-year-old, he's listening a lot more than I thought he would. And I think when we started with you, we were having Hugh, he would just scream and scream and scream. And we were only commenting yesterday that we haven't had that screaming and scream. He still is loud at times, but we don't get this big onslaught of screaming which was him crying for some kind of attention from one of us. So we've noticed this, like, some of those things are just passing, and I can't really say at the moment that there's something huge that he's doing. He's just being a toddler and learning his boundaries.
Awesome. So what would you guys say to anyone who was considering signing up to Little People Big Love?
I think it's an investment, definitely worth spending the money on, and I think the philosophy and this approach of positive parenting is such a valued way of raising children. So I mean, having empathy with them and that support with them, and knowing that, I think the biggest thing for me is that bond that we'll have with him, or with both our children, and knowing that, I guess, it's not just we're not worrying about the tantrums now, but it's about how he's going to grow up and what kind of son he'll turn into a boy, into a teenager, into a man, and the foundations start now.
Yeah.
So I think it's
like I said, it's investing in your parenting really, and it's a small price to pay, really. I think for it. So if it's going to set us up for the for the rest of their life, in our life, with raising our kids, it's a very small price to pay for that, and to avoid any, hopefully avoid any problems or in the future with whatever, like we can, I think it's just given us a really good foundation for that with dealing. I mean, emotions aren't just a thing that's for now, they're going to get even bigger as the kids get older, and if we have something set in place now, we can we can really I guess we've got something to fall onto when they start getting older, and those emotions start getting a lot bigger, really.
Beautiful. And what about the time? How did you guys find I guess the video content and the amount of time? What kind of investment was that?
Well, I for a busy household such as ours and with a newborn, I found it really hard to invest my time in books. And so I found the online platform more achievable and desirable, and that it was broken down into sort of like weekly components. So it didn't feel overwhelming. I didn't have this huge amount of work that I had to get done. It was sort of broken up into weekly formats, and the videos, I think I don't know, for me, watching a video and listening was a much more achievable option than trying to read and absorb lots of information. And the video links were great, like they were, I guess the course kind of delivers the content, succinctly, get those key messages out each week, and then we've got some things to implement each week as well as we move through the course, rather than waiting to the very end to try and put it all into practice.
Yeah. And did you find the Facebook group helpful for the accountability and also the support of other parents moving through the journey at the same time as you guys?
Yeah, I think for both of us, it was really, it's nice to have other people that are going through something really similar and share the same kind of vision and values as kind of parents that you want to be, and also just, even though they've all had children of different ages, so it's sort of comforting to hear that 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, right up until some of them were 12-year-olds, were experiencing these kind of problems. And it just I think it sort of showed us that this is a normal pattern, and that as children are entering new ages, there'll be new challenges, but we'll have the skills to help manage it.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
No problems. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.